What's up, you guys? It's T here, and me and my wife stayed up all night binge watching season 11 of The Walking Dead, and I want to talk to you guys about the finale and the big reveal. So be warned, this is a spoiler warning through and through. If you have not watched season 11 of The Walking Dead, please just skip past it, come back later. All right, if you have watched it, let's talk. I'm not really going to get too much into the details of season 11 specifically. I just want to talk about the big reveal at the end. Again, spoiler alert. So what they did was, as they were coming to a closing, all of the characters had their endings. You know, the soft music was playing. It was a finale. That's what they're playing it off as, right? The Walking Dead finale. But they're not lying. Here's what they did. As soon as the show ends, you know, you're getting all emotional. You're like, all right, this sucks. You know, you feel like, but you're kind of upset, right? Because there's so many unanswered questions. They still haven't really talked about Rick and Michonne. There's so much that has to happen that they can't just cut The Walking Dead. It doesn't make sense. Now hear me out. At the very end, you're sitting there, and then it shows up. The words show up. The Walking Dead fans. The end is just the beginning. I'm paraphrasing. So now what they're doing is they announced the Walking Dead universe, similar to the MCU, like the Marvel universe or the DC universe, where there's a bunch of different movies that play into one. However, they're doing it with TV series. So back in 15, they had Fear the Walking Dead. That one's still playing. I think they just released a new season. And then back in 2020, they released, I think it's the one following the teens, and that was The World Beyond. It was the Walking Dead World Beyond. And then they had the Tales of the Walking Dead. That just released. That first episode was with Terry Crews, and every episode is a different one or something like that. It doesn't really play, but it's still in the world, in the universe. Now the ones they just announced. At the end of season 11, Maggie and Negan kind of squash their beef. Negan does this big sacrifice. He learns a lesson, blah, 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 blah. So then Maggie comes to him and says, listen, I understand that you're trying. I see it, but I'm still hurt. I can't forget what you did to Glenn. However, I'm ready. You have a spot here. That was their ending. But now they announced The Walking Dead, Dead City, where story arc is about them two, about Maggie, which is so interesting. Like how are they going to have a whole series where Maggie is interacting with the dude who beat her husband in with a baseball bat and the father of her son? I don't know. But they play it off pretty well, and we're going to see how that goes. So that one's The Walking Dead, Dead City. Now, at the end of season 11 in the finale, you had Daryl Dixon. He confesses his love to Carol at the very end, right before he goes off on his motorcycle in Daryl Dixon fashion. And he's going, because he promised, you know, everybody, he promised the squad that he's going to go search for Michonne and Rick. And so he goes out. He says he's pretty much going to go and bring them back. Right before he goes, he professes his love for Carol. They have a nice hug, and they move on from there. She says she loves him too. That was a beautiful moment. Then, now they announce The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon spinoff. So it's documenting his journey going through and finding Rick. So I think Michonne. So I think what this means is a lot less where they're finding the communities, you know, because the Walking Dead started getting really like repetitive. You find the community, there goes the community. The evil villain is the main person, head of that community. They take over the community. Zombies come, they find a new community. But I think now that they're shrinking it down into smaller, bite-sized characters, like bite-sized pieces. See what I did there? Bite-sized zombies. Anyways, so because they're doing that, I think what they're planning on doing is making it more explorative as far as less community and more like solo exploring. And so I think the stories are going to start getting different. It's going to start getting fresh. So there's that, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Then they announced we finally get to find out what happened with Rick and Michonne. They have their own spinoff now. So that's going to cover where they were missing and then now where they're going. And then hopefully at the very end, they're going to have like a Walking Dead something where all of the seasons somehow meet in one community, which is, if you've seen season 11, I'm hoping the Commonwealth, because they got that shit on lock. So the goal is they each have a couple, in my head, Rick and Michonne have their seasons. I would think Rick and Michonne need minimum 2 seasons, one covering where they were and then one covering now the future. So minimum there. Daryl Dixon, I mean, 1 season would be great. Keep going, I'm cool with it. And then the Dead City with Negan and Maggie, One season's cool with me. I don't want them to drag these on too much. I'm thinking 1 season Dead City, 1 season Daryl Dixon, 2 season Rick and Michonne. That way, then they all meet on like the next one in one area, which is the Commonwealth. And then they maybe have 1 season where they're just living life together happily ever after. That's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on the new Walking Dead universe? And we're just to recap, you have the Fear of the Walking Dead World Beyond, Tales of the Walking Dead Dead City, and The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and Rick and Michonne, The Walking Dead. You guys, thank you for watching. T from Taper Viking Podcast. Tune in. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will be definitely keeping track of all of these and giving you guys updates and things like that because I am a Walking Dead fan. If you know me, the motto is prepare, lead, protect, and prepper, Walking Dead. It kind of goes hand in hand. So if you like prepping, you got to like The Walking Dead. So tune in for more. I appreciate y'all. Peace.